Hey guys, welcome to my channel Glen. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. So we have seen Bitcoin in the last 24 hours take a huge dump south. Why? And who's causing this? We're going to check that out in today's video. And also what could happen going forward for another cryptocurrency. So let's get right into that topic today. As always, I just want to say before we get into today's topic, a massive thank you to everyone that's been either smashing the like button for me on these videos or any new subscribers that have joined, and obviously the old ones that have been watching for a long time. So thank you for that, and also all the nice comments that I've been getting. It's really nice. I actually took a break from cryptocurrency because I felt that it was so toxic. I was getting negative feedback for everything I was talking about, whereas lately people I think have taken that on board and started sending me positivity, a bit of love, which is nice. It shows that it is there, and sometimes you just need that little bump flight. So thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to this channel, then please consider subscribing to this channel. I like to do videos as and when topics come up that I find very interesting in the world of cryptocurrency, and I share it with you guys. And also, if you do like this content, smash that like button for me. It helps the channel grow to a new audience. So that's enough of me shilling my YouTube channel, and let's get right into today's topic. So as we can see here, Bitcoin has been sort of trading, I would say, in the region of $55,000 to $58,000 ish. And in the last it's like half a day or so, we have seen Bitcoin drop right down to under 50k. Now, when I first started preparing myself to do this video, it was at $50,000, and even when I was doing that intro, it was at $49,600. So it's dropped $400 whilst I've been recording that intro. So it's dropping quite rapidly. Now, what could cause this? Is this a normal correction? I don't think it is, because if you look at it, it literally just dropped. There was no resistance. There wasn't anyone buying the dip. It was just straight dip. Let's have a little look here. You can see this, look, straight down and then straight down. So where's it going to end up? I don't know. But I do feel that this is going to be a good time to buy back in, because I would be very interested in buying Bitcoin at these sort of levels. I'm talking like a long-term play, so I'm thinking at some point it will recover from this and start heading back up to where it was. I don't think this is going to be the end of the bull cycle. I think we've got until the rest of this year, personally. But what could cause this? Can one person cause such a huge dump in the market? Well, let's have a little look. So you guys know that Elon Musk, very popular in the world of cryptocurrency, mostly due to the fact that he was promoting cryptocurrencies before he mentioned Bitcoin. He was talking about Dogecoin quite a lot, and that's what's really helped the Dogecoin community this year in particular. The reason that Elon Musk is so popular in this space is, one, he sort of has a connection with millennials, I would say. He's someone that is very clever, he's very funny, and he is very ambitious. So he doesn't just say, right, okay, I'm going to create a company and do it. You know, he talks about stuff like, I want to move the human race onto another planet. That is a huge, ambitious target, and it seems like he's heading his way to achieving that. He's also put his hand to other companies and other projects, and they have all succeeded as well. So you have to say everything he touches turns to gold at the moment. So when someone like him mentions, oh, look at these cryptocurrencies, there's going to be a lot of like a bit like a Pied Piper, if you like, a lot of people that are going to follow him and say, okay, well, if he's looking at that, I want to look into that. So they're going to follow in. And he was mentioning Doge, and Dogecoin's gone up massively. And then we've seen, obviously, that Tesla, his main company and what he's most known for, came out and said, right, we will start accepting Bitcoin as payment method for our cars. We will choose as and when we want to sell the Bitcoin, but we will predominantly hold it which obviously is the best strategy, I suppose. Bitcoin, since the day that he announced that, really just go on a real big run, and it's been very popular since. So what's changed? Whilst I'm here, don't forget to obviously follow me on Twitter. My name is Glen. I like to share stories on there that I find interesting in the world of cryptocurrency. So if you want to be up to date with what I'm looking at, just head on over to Twitter and search @BitGlen to add me on there. So I look forward to having conversation with you guys there. But Elon Musk put on here, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transaction, especially coal, which is interesting, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, but we believe it has a promising future. But this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transactions to a more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction. So, I don't know, there's like a little bit at the end there where you think, what's this other cryptocurrency? Now, I'm not a huge fan of trading, in celebrity endorsements or, popular figureheads quoting. We've seen it many times in the cryptocurrency space where people have said Bitcoin's going to go to this by this date, and people jump in on it. And typically they've lost money over time doing that. Obviously, Elon Musk, though, is such a huge influence in the world, not just cryptocurrency. And I think that's why he has such a big effect on the market, is that he's not just appealing to some people that follow him may not even know about cryptocurrency or don't care about cryptocurrency. They just like him for the fact that he's a huge celebrity, So when someone like that tweets about Bitcoin, they're going to hear about something that they may not have heard on their normal daily feed, if you see what I mean. So he does have a big influence on the market overall, I think, in crypto. It's a shame that we're at this place where, one person can just wake up one day and be like, oh yeah, do you know what, I've just realized they use quite a lot of energy, yeah, let's stop accepting that, and that's it. That affects the market 15%. But that's where we're at. Obviously, we're still quite a new space, and we've got a lot of room to grow. One day, one person tweeting about Bitcoin or another won't affect the market in such a huge way, I believe, anyway. So the interesting thing there is that he's saying that Bitcoin is using too much energy for their mining activity. So you guys know, I started off this channel by doing mining, so I understand it, I get it. And when I was doing the mining in my crypto shed, if you guys remember the shed, I do miss that shed a bit. It was warmer. I was mining with I had a S9 at one point, and I had some E9s, and we had the bigger one. So, I tested the water, and I was actually looking at, obviously, the electricity costs and how much electricity I was using compared to what I wasn't. And yeah, it does. I mean, it rapidly goes up very quickly. And if everyone did that, there would be such a draw on the energy companies that they would have to look at producing electricity, obviously, and they're looking at profit margins. They would just do it any way they can. So it's more aimed at, I suppose, the electricity companies as opposed to the one-man band. But he's saying, look, we want to look at more renewable energies. It shouldn't come at a cost of the environment, which I completely agree with. But I have to say, does Bitcoin produce any more electricity costs than, say, all the banks that are, around the world? I mean, if I go to any high street in the UK, there's 5 or 6 banks. Now that's 5 or 6 buildings, and then they've got their head offices, they've got their all the people driving around in the cars, they've got all the call centers, they've got all of these huge buildings and servers and backup data centers and all of these things, and that's each company as well. So like, think how many banks there are in the world. It's hundreds. So you've got to say that banks are producing massive amounts of electricity, and does that outweigh what Bitcoin's current network usage is. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe someone can comment down below, and maybe there's a link, an article saying that they can link. But that's my opinion on that. But he's then saying we would be looking at cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction. Now, Bitcoin obviously being the most strongest, most dominant network out there, yeah, any other network that you look at is going to look like it's less energy. But once you then pump that particular cryptocurrency, you know, I'm sure their network will grow, more miners will switch over to them, so then their energy usage or cost will go up as well. So I don't know, it's a bit of a tough one at the minute. You do have to say though that he has been talking about Dogecoin a lot. Dogecoin being a smaller network, a lighter network, the transaction fees are a bit lower. Obviously the cost to get in on it is a lot lower. And it's popular with millennials as well. So I can see Dogecoin, if he turns around and says we're going to be accepting Dogecoin for transactions at Tesla, I mean, that is going to put Dogecoin, I wouldn't be surprised if that thing goes straight to like just under Ethereum. I don't know where that would put it, but what's the market cap? 52. What's that? 52 billion. So if he does come out and say something like Dogecoin, it may be something else. Maybe there's another network out there that he feels is better. But who knows? Who knows what that is? And whatever one people guess that is and get it right, boy, are they going to get rewarded. If he does mention or tweet another cryptocurrency, it's gonna, I wouldn't be surprised if that thing at least 3x's whatever it may be. So let's say that he comes out and says, right, actually we're going to start accepting Chainlink or something. I can imagine that 3xing easily, or Dogecoin or whatever it may be. Because what will happen is he'll tweet about it, it will have like a 25% pump, you know, but then everyone else will see that hours later and be like, oh, I'm missing out, I'll jump in on that. And then it just multiplies and everyone will take their savings or their gains from other cryptocurrencies and pile it all into that coin. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he says. But on the flip side, I feel like it's a shame that we're at this place where one person can just tweet, tweet, that's crazy, tweet about a cryptocurrency and it absolutely tanks like this. It shows how young and not immature, but it hasn't matured fully yet. It needs a lot more people to understand what's going on, where you could have 10 celebrities tweeting about Bitcoin being good and 10 celebrities tweeting that it's good, and overall it doesn't have an effect on the market. If Elon Musk came out and started tweeting about, I don't know, BP fuel or something, I can't imagine the BP stock would particularly drop. Whereas obviously Ethereum, he's had like a 15% effect on the market, which that could then, once it starts breaking certain resistances, could lead to other big drop-off. So it could mean more than what it does at the moment. So we're seeing Bitcoin come back a bit now. It did go down to as low as 49,200, but I believe it seems like it's coming back up to 50,000 again now. So I think this is going to be a good entry point. That is a sort of $7,000 drop. I was actually thinking to myself that I can see this. I'm going to watch this ride out, and once it's made a little bit of a retracement, I may jump in with a marginal trade. Just something small, maybe something like £300 or £400 worth of Bitcoin, and doing it over something. I won't go crazy and do like obviously 10x leveraging or 100x or whatever 50, because you'll just lose. I always lose. But I was thinking maybe a 2 or 3 times leverage on those sort of things, because then it would have to drop down quite a lot more for me to get liquidated. Whereas I do believe that we are still going to have a run on the market for the next, I would say, 4 to 5 months. Obviously, I don't know the exact date, otherwise I'd be a millionaire, but I think that we are due this current cycle. Now, I do think towards the beginning of next year, we're going to have a big sell-off, and it's going to last for about a year, 2 years, and Bitcoin will go very cold, and it'll be a very unpopular topic again, and it'll last for a couple of years until the next halvening, and then we'll start reaching sort of $250,000 mark. That's my prediction. I think that we're going to go over 100,000 potentially this year. So I think that something like this is a perfect time to jump in, because, and I'm not giving financial advice, please don't go and make investments based on what I've said. I'm not even in a trade at the moment, and I don't actually own any Bitcoin. Obviously, buying Bitcoin at this level is already good enough. You know, you're getting it at a cheaper rate, but you know, if you can get into a trade where you can just leave it running for the rest of the year, I have to say that this has looked like one of the best opportunities, in my opinion, but I may be wrong. So I'm going to watch this quite a bit today and see where it ends up, and then decide whether to jump in or not. What do you guys think? Do you think now's a good time to jump in, or do you think that I'm crazy and this is it now, Bitcoin's going to zero and it's dead, Bitcoin's dead again? Or do you think we're going to $250,000 like some of you have predicted? And I'll see you on the next video for myself. Bye.